Hello, this video is going to show you how to create a Google form. From your Google Drive, you'll click on Create and then select Form. And the first thing I do is always title my form. And from here you can start playing around with the form settings. There are several options up here. The first one will say, in this case it says require Napa Valley Unified School District login to view this form. And that will change depending on which Google Apps for Education domain you're working under. So if I select this box, you will need to be logged in with an NVUSD login to view this form. On yours, it will have your own Google Apps for Education domain name here instead of Napa Valley Unified School District. The second box, if checked, will collect the respondent's username. And so again, this will only work if you are doing this within a Google Apps for Education domain. The third checkbox will show the people filling out the form a progress bar at the bottom of the form pages. And then a few others down here at the bottom. This one will only allow one response per person. Again, this requires a login. And the last one will allow you to shuffle the question order randomly depending on who fills out the form. So every time someone logs in, the questions will be in a different order. If you are looking to have this form be filled out by people outside of your domain, like a group of parents, you probably do not want to be clicking any of these checkboxes. So I'm going to go ahead and uncheck this box. Here will be the title of your form, which matches the name of the form that I put up here, but you could always change that. And here is a space for you to put in a description for your form. As you scroll down, there'll be spaces for you to put in the questions that you want to have in your form. So for example, this first one might be enter your name. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the question here. And if I want to include some kind of help text, I can do that here as well. Okay. And then this option will let me select which type of question I want this to be. With a question asking for someone's name, I probably just want a small text box, so I'm going to select that one. And I can also click on this box if I want it to be a required question. If I check this box, then you will not be able to submit the form unless you answer this question. And then down here, I can use the Add Item button to add additional questions. So I'm going to go ahead and select a paragraph text question to show you what that looks like. And similar to a regular text box question, this does essentially the same thing except gives people even more space to include their answer. Okay. I can also add a multiple choice question. So this is great if you're using this as a formative assessment with a group of students. And I can go ahead and select the different options I want kids to have. I can also have a checkbox type of question that allows the respondent to select multiple answers, similar to what the Common Core type of questions might look like. And I can also have a choose from a list answer where respondents click on a drop-down that has several options for them. And at the bottom of the form, you can decide what kind of response you want your respondents to see after they've submitted the form. So the default is your response has been recorded, but I can go ahead and change that. Okay. And so if I want to view the form and see what it looks like from the viewer's end, I can actually click on View Live Form right up here at the top, and it will show me what the form will look like. So here's the question for the name, how are you feeling right now, and then the other 3 types of questions that I listed. So what is 1 plus 1, the multiple choice question, which of the following animals are mammals, the multiple response question, and then this drop-down question. So if I want to send this form to someone, I can actually just copy and paste the URL right up here, or from this page, I can click on Send Form and enter in people's email addresses or a group of people's email addresses, and it will send them the form along with a message if I wanted them to do that. This is also where I would add collaborators if I wanted to share this form with someone else that I wanted to have access to edit the form. And the other thing you can do from here is you can click on View Responses, and once people fill out my form, I'll actually be able to see what their responses were. And so it'll give me a timestamp in this column along with all of their answers to these questions, and it'll just create a row of responses. And I can do anything I want with this that I could normally do in a Google Sheet. So I can analyze the data, sort the data, and I can do any number of things from here.